right. Hello, everyone. Let's talk UAL, United Airlines Holdings, which is a part of the NASDAQ. As you all know, we charted this together last week or so, or the week before, and I am now in a swing trade for United Airlines, so I wanted to give y'all an update. First and foremost, let's take a look at what I had to say about it in my trading journal. I entered around 91.70 for a $93 call. So I entered around here. Here's my strike up here. It really was not a good entry. I really just wanted to enter something. It was on my paper trade account, so I enter with less certainty. And I think that I could have waited for sure to enter this. I had just really been watching United Airlines for a while and I was a little bit trigger happy, so I'm not super confident. I'm at a 6 here, but genuinely we can see though why it wasn't really a good entry. But before we talk about that, I just want to talk about the levels and the lines that I have on here. So down here we have a gap that needs to be filled, and you can tell that there's a gap to be filled there because on the daily chart it's a gap. So if you look right here, there's a gap between this candle and that candle. I only have 3 daily levels here. I have this level from $73.50 to and then to $86, and then this level at $91, which started actually all the way over here. It's genuinely not the best level in the world on this side of things, but it was a really good level around here. It served as support, and then as resistance, and then later as resistance, and now it's kind of support. It's like not as good of support. But when we look at the 4-hour chart, I have a pretty weak trend line right here. It's got like a couple touches and then like some close calls, but I'm also using it as a stop loss for my trade. I entered the trade here on the 29th, so today around 10:28 a.m. around that 91.70 level, and my exit or my expiry is on August 15th. And the strike is right here, so I'm not very far away from it, and we're seeing like a little bit of chopping around that 91 level. But the reason why I said that I didn't have the best entry is because I entered in relation to the $91 one-day level, which I entered here, but when you look back in time, we started doing this consolidation all the way back here on July 17th, and this $91 level was not that good of a level to be basing your trade off of. So I thought, okay, well, I saw a bounce off of 91. I see it coming down a little bit, so that's my pullback where I can get in at that 91.70 level. But now we're all the way down here at $90.75, so it's really just $1 lower, but I'm 12% down on my trade. And a lot of people trade with stop losses of about 20%, so it's like I'm 8% towards that. And with the swing trades that I have been taking, my entries haven't been that great, because I have allowed them to depreciate a lot to like 60% levels, 70% levels, which is not good for my risk management. So I'm trying to get better at my entries. But I see here that a much better entry would have been this 89.50 level, because as you can see, we see like rejection of like true wicks around here, and so I thought that 89.50 or even $89 would have been a better level. This down here is $89. That would have been a better level for entry, and I had seen that level for entry a few moments back. Like I saw it happen and I was like, I should get in here, and I didn't, so I missed that entry. And then I thought that because like United Airlines has been like relatively well in the 1-hour chart, it's been consolidating a whole lot more, but on the 4-hour chart it's been pretty bullish. So I just thought that, okay, we've been overall bullish, so it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to get in here, but it just wasn't really that good of an entry. In terms of supply and demand though, there's a couple of zones that I want to talk about also. We have a couple 1 hour supply and demand zones. So we have this demand zone down here because we see this small bullish candle and then a very large bearish candle. This is a pretty strong demand zone because we have this huge bearish candle. And then we have this supply zone up here, a smaller bearish candle, but we've got the small bullish, stronger bearish. And as you can see, that's how we saw our supply and demand zones. And then you can also see that the supply and demand zones basically encapsulate this whole range. So that's why I have this range line to just say that as long as we're between this like 88 level and this 93 level, we are in a whole range. But I'm hoping that we can pass that 93 strike and hit 95. But as we know, we have been holding this 93 level for a very long time. We've been holding this 93 level since the 17th of July, which is about 12 days, almost 2 weeks that we've been holding that level. So I would really like to see a rejection, a hold of that 91 level, which we're still kind of doing, but there is a strong possibility that we continue down to that 89.50 level or even into our demand zone and then bounce back up. So as a result, I have my stop loss for my trade as this trend line, this 4-hour trend line, because I wanted to have a bit of a moving stop loss rather than just have like 89.50 be my stop loss. I wanted to have a moving stop loss, especially because I didn't have that great of an entry. But those are my thoughts right now on United Airlines Holdings. And then just to take a look again at United Airlines as a stock. Currently, United Airlines is at buy. It's no longer a strong buy. It was a strong buy before. On the 1 week, 1 month. On the 1 month, it's a strong buy, so it's like better for swinging. But on like shorter, it's not the bestest. And then when we bring our EMAs back, I'm not really big on the 13 EMA. I just added it. That's in yellow. I just added it because I watch a YouTuber who spoke about it. But I'm not really that big on it. If you look at the EMA, we see that the 9 is starting to go down, and it's crossed beneath the 21. The 9 is the green, the 21 is the red. So now we can expect to see, at least on the 1 hour, a downtrend. When you look at the 4 hour, let's zoom in a little bit so we can really see what the EMAs are doing. You can see that the green is still above the red, so like we're still in a slight uptrend, but who really knows? And then on the day, you can see, again, we're looking at the green and the red, you can see that we're still on a little bit of an uptrend. So we can say that, like, at least on the day, like, we can still be in our trade. But on the 1 hour, it's kind of giving, do you really want to be in this trade? Mind you, though, I just entered it, so I'm going to give it its time. But yeah, these are my thoughts on UAL. I'm paper trading this, so all is well either way. But I hope to do better on my entries later.